Well, of course, one of the Project Fear scare stories, one of the narratives, was that the UK, if we left the EU, would somehow be isolated on the world stage. In actual fact, of course, what you've seen is global trade deals being done, and of course that AUKUS security partnership, the UK, along with Australia and America. And ironically, what you're now seeing from the French government is a government increasingly isolating itself on the world stage. Of course, we saw France recalling its ambassadors, not just to Australia, but to the US in a massive tizzy they had after this AUKUS deal was announced. We even had the word treason being thrown around. We know now that, sadly, some in France want to see Brexit hurt the UK. Of course, I imagine they're very sorely disappointed as the UK free to do these sorts of global deals. But of course, the French government have been behaving appallingly in terms of hostility towards the UK, sadly. We're now seeing them lash out at Australia. Macron recently saying that the Australian PM lied. Now imagine how this is going down in Australia. If you want a taster of what the Aussie view is on the behaviour by the French government at the moment, here's Barnaby Joyce, the Deputy PM.
It was a contract. We didn't steal an island. We didn't deface the Eiffel Tower. It was a contract. And contracts have terms and conditions. And one of those terms and conditions and propositions is that you might get out of the contract. We got out of that contract.
And you've actually had the Aussie PM, Scott Morrison, speaking out on this as well in terms of the behaviour of the French government. Here is Scott Morrison responding to this.
I believe the right calls for Australia. I don't wish to personalise this. There's no element of that from my perspective. I must say that I think the statements that were made questioning Australia's integrity and the slurs that have been placed on Australia, not me, I've got broad shoulders, I can deal with that. But those slurs, I'm not going to cop sledging of Australia. I'm not going to cop that on behalf of other Australians. I can deal with whatever people throw at me, but Australia has a proud record when it comes to our defence capability. That's why we'll be building these and we'll be building others, and Australia's service record, I think, needs no elaboration.
So yeah, as the UK outside of the EU is striking global deals, strengthening relationships with allies across the world, you've got this quite bizarre behaviour by the French government, who are now being slammed. Let me know what you make of the Australian government's response to the behaviour we've seen from France, guys. And as ever, I'll keep bringing you all the very latest, so do make sure you have hit subscribe and the bell. And of course, as ever, thanks so much for watching.